Alright, hello guys, gals, non-binary pals, Sean, aka enemyzero here, with more Sega Saturn news. What I specialize in, what I keep up in. So Princess Crown is a Japanese Sega Saturn game that has had a port. It has had a PSP port, and I believe later on the PS4, but Japan only. So it's never been translated before. So that's the sort of news today. That's the fan translation we're going to look at today. There's a new patch for the game, which is an amazing game. Amazing game. It was an early game by Atlas, but the development team behind the game actually later became Vanillaware. So Vanillaware, you know, of modern day fame is Vanillaware. Everyone knows Vanillaware. They have that super unique animation style. And you could absolutely tell from Princess Crown that they made it, because it's definitely the early beginnings of that sort of style. And as you can see, there's English on the screen right there. So there's a new patch, a new fans translation for it. It's never been, even the digital ones, the PSP release and the PS4 release, like I said, were Japanese only. So it's never had an English translation. So it's this patch is kind of controversial, which I'll go over. But again, let's talk about Princess Crown real quick. So this is the beginning of Princess Crown. Obviously, everything's in English. No, put the book down. You gotta pick up the cat. The cat. You can pick up the cat. Don't forget to pick up the cat. It's so cute. And then put it down. Okay, move, cat. Give me the book. Give me the book. All right. So you can definitely tell from the animation style. You'll definitely see it. If you've never played this before, you'll definitely be able to see it right away, I think. When we start, some of the elements in the game is a very early patch. It's a 0.3 version, so it's not even a 1 version, but that sort of ties into the controversy a little bit. So, the story is, it is controversial because there's two people that were working on an English patch, and they've actually been working on it since 2013, as far as I understand, which I might not understand everything fully, but, they've been working on an English patch since 2013. Cyber Warrior X and Sam I Am are the two people that have been working on an English patch since then. But since, you know, real life happens to people, fast forward to now, the patch still hasn't been released yet, their patch. But a person named EAD Master, I don't know how you pronounce it, Aid Master, I guess we'll say that the rest of the way. So Aidmaster released this patch, a 0.3 English translation patch for Princess Crown. And it's loosely based on outdated data. That's where the sort of controversy comes in. Because the patch that hasn't been released yet, but been worked on since 2013 by Cyber Warrior X, is actually... It's not done, but it's based on further along data, meaning the data that Aidmaster used for this game from Github, they said is really outdated. So it's going to be really buggy. It's going to have issues, which Aidmaster is not shy about, obviously. Like he said it in the patch notes that, yay, there's spacing issues with text, which there might be a fix for it. I did see some conversations about this patch online on Twitters and Blue Skies about maybe some fixes for the text spacing issues. And not everything is translated either. So there's some random stuff like items and stuff that have not been translated yet. Because again, this is a 0.3 patch. It's not a number 1 version. It's not a final version. And it's made with really outdated data. And Cyber Warrior X's big issue is that Aidmaster did this patch without consulting them at all, even though they have a better patch further along that's not released yet. Remember, it's not released yet. So it's good. It's really good. It's really cool that we're playing Princess Crown right now, which is an amazing 2D Sega Saturn game, which we'll see in a minute. I'm just going to play it a little bit for this video just to show off the English patch. Obviously on the screen right now we're doing the opening sort of intro to the game and everything's in English, right? It looks great. It looks beautiful. There is some spacing issues with the text. I have not done any of the fixes for the spacing issues. But I'm super excited to play this in English. Like, super, super excited. The first time. And that's sort of where Aidmaster... I don't know. That's where this patch was from. Hey, let's play it in English. This is going to be really early. It's going to be buggy. All that sort of stuff. But it did rub Cyber Warrior X and Sam I Am the wrong way a little bit. They said that Aidmaster never once consulted them, asked them about, you know, any of the data, asked for advice, tried to collaborate. Nothing. There's been nothing like that, right? And so that's what their viewpoint is about it, if that makes sense. And that's what makes it controversial, right? So what does it mean down the line? Does that mean we're going to have 2 patches eventually? Like, our Cyber Warrior X going to finish his patch eventually, and, you know, there's going to be 2 running around, or are they going to get together eventually and sort of join forces and work on things? I don't know. I can't tell you that. I cannot predict the future, believe it or not. If I could, man, I'd be a trillionaire, okay? But, I don't know. It's really cool to play this in English. So if you can, download the patch. I'll have the link below. Give the game a quick try if you've never tried it before. If you can't try it, then watch this video. you see the game from this video in English. And this is one of the Princess Crown. So now that you know the history of the patch, which again, I'll link to down below, you know, and you can follow, you know, if you look it up on Twitter or anything like that, you can see, you know, the threads of sort of the controversy over it and all that good stuff. Not good, but, you know, all the stuff. But Princess Crown as a game, if you've never played it before, is obviously a 2D game. You can I definitely think you can tell the early workings of Vanillaware's graphic style here. Like, absolutely 100%. It's an amazing looking game. It's got awesome animations. The sprites are huge on the screen. As we get to the gameplay, you'll see a little bit more. I'll probably play for, I don't know, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes. I don't know, whenever I feel like not playing. Because again, I'm just trying to show off the English, and you can see the English from this opening cinema right here. But it's a great game, super fun. It's one of the first ever import Sega Saturn games I ever played. I owned it for a time back in the day. I owned it when I worked at a video game store back in the day. Someone traded it in one day, and it was like, zoink. That's going in my personal collection. I did get rid of it eventually because I couldn't play it very much. Like, I had a little bit of problem playing it, obviously, because the language barrier. I could read basic Japanese, but I couldn't read big Japanese. So I couldn't read a lot of the stuff. And so, again, you know, 25 years later or whatever, this is, I am playing it in English for the first time, which is amazing. I definitely have fond memories of it being one of the initial first import Sega Saturn games I ever played. The graphics are easily like 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. The music and sound effects are awesome too, which we'll see during this playthrough. And there's a lot of story in it too, right? So, you know, the translation's not just like a couple things or just the intro. It's an action sort of side-scrolling beat 'em up, but it's sort of like a role-playing game too. There's definitely like towns to go to, people to talk to, storylines, side quests, and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, an English translation patch definitely has been needed for a long time. And so I hope Cyber Warrior X still works on their patch. I actually hope they work together. I mean, if some of this translation can help Cyber Warrior X and Sam I Am, who have been working on the patch for such a long time, but are having problems with it, then I would hope they would welcome some help. And, you know, I hope Aidmaster also realizes that they have been working on it for a while. And, you know, it would be the right thing to do to sort of maybe loop them in on it. Well, this is definitely a long intro, for sure. But I've never understood this intro. So it's very good to be reading it in English. And like I said, if you look up some of the stuff, some of the fine details of controversy and talking about this patch, essentially, there are some fixes, which I'll show on the screen, that people have found sort of how to fix some of the spacing issues with the text. But I know the biggest issue that CyberWarrior X has said, sort of on the record, is the data that Aidmaster used for this patch is so outdated. So outdated. It's an old, like, patch that they released on GitHub, like, in, I don't know, 2014, something like that, right? And, they're much farther along in the process. They have, more fixes and everything in what they're working on. Their opinion, as far as I understand, has been he shouldn't have used such old data to work on his patch, because now he's going to have so much more work to do. Which is why, it's only a 0.3 version. It's not a 1 version, right? This is not a sort of full release. This is almost like an alpha release. But, as you can see, the game is playable. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's bugs that stop the flow of the game at certain points, as far as I understand. But I'm not 100% sure about that. That's just what I've sort of heard. So it's definitely super early. So it's going to be updated again, and I know it's complicated updating patches. So make sure you save the initial file if you're downloading the patch and patching a file that you have. Make sure you save the initial one so you can patch it again pretty easy when more updates get released. And you never know, this could even fast forward CyberWarrior X's patch, but it might be nice if I don't know, they join forces a little bit. So we're almost through the talking part. I know there was a lot of talking right there, but it gave me a chance to blab about everything. So again, huge sprites on the screen, right? Definitely bring up items. You can see the items are still in Japanese down at the bottom. That is a man, apparently. Alright, I'm trying to get used to the buttons here. Alright, I believe we're going to talk to people. Your Highness, we've been waiting. Before we begin training, let me tell you about the basics of swordplay. The changing box gave it crazy emphasis. But as you can see right now on the screen, see, there's some errors, right? So like I said, 0.3 version, there's obviously some errors going on the screen right here. So some spacing errors, even though there are some fixes to that, but I have not tried those yet. Yeah, there's definitely some spacing issues right here. As you can see in the different, I don't know, I think they're supposed to be colored. I think yeah, it's kind of hard to read, huh? The C button is your attack button. Repeatedly pressing C lets you attack a series of... Yeah, so it's hard to read some of this. But this is the patch, right? So obviously, I would assume Aidmaster's going to keep working on this and improve the errors, improve the fixes. I don't know. But I mean, the whole purpose of this is just, it's got an English patch, right? At least the story was good. What he's saying now, yes, I definitely did not get all that. I definitely do not remember how to play, but we'll see. So it's almost like a fighting game, the combat. So C attacks, you jump sort of like a fighting game. A is items. I'm pretty sure B is dodge. We'll see. But you have to time it right. The dodge is a little odd in this game. I mean, it's creative, but I mean, obviously you can see from the graphics as I'm playing, the graphics are stunning. The sprites are huge, and you can definitely have that, you know, vanillaware look to it. Come at me, man. So there's not too much technique to the fighting. Dang, I'm whooping this guy's butt. Alright, I beat him fair and square. So it's an action sort of beat 'em up, just like that, but there's RPG elements. I believe you get experience, you can get items, you know, there's a storyline to it, there's a map to it where you can go to different areas. Let's keep going. Normally during these playthroughs I read the text for people, but since I'm just showing off the patch now, I'm not doing that now. And just an initial, like, hey, here's the game, right? So, again, I'm not going to play for a super long time. This is not meant to be a let's play or anything. This is showing off the patch and describing, you know, what it is and giving you an idea if you want to give it a try. So I say give it a try. The game is a great game, for sure. And this, at least, even though, you know, it's an early patch, there's obviously some glitches. Items aren't translated yet or anything like that. I know the last time I played this game for my channel, I forget what it was. There was a video I did that featured this at one point. Maybe it was underrated Saturn games, something like that. Or Saturn games A to Z, something like that. I know that I used Google Translate on my cell phone as I was playing for all the like items and stuff like that. So obviously you could do, it's even easier at this point because you can understand the story going on. You can understand stuff, words from people's. And then when you get to the, you know, the store and you need to know what the items are, you can just buy them from the store. Alright, so I'm going through the castle now, and I think this is when I'm leaving. So the locations too, obviously that's still in Japanese, right? So you can go to different rooms, you can talk to different people. These are sort of the RPG elements, right? So hello, good evening, Ariel. See, I never knew what her name was. This chat bubble changing size plays with my head. I don't know. Alright, so you can double tap to run. I sort of remember this part and I sort of forget this part. I don't remember exactly what I need to do, but basically want to go talk to everybody. Sidriel. Oh, nice. She was sick and now she's getting better. I never understood that. Now I do, because English words. Ooh, I got a happiness pendant. Can I have one in real life too, please? There it is. No, there it is. No, the item is in her hand. The one, there we go. Okay. Sure. Gonna equip that, sucker. Makes us happy. Don't want to talk to you. There's definitely some graphical glitches. The fire keeps glitching out. I don't quite remember where to go. So I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure out where to go, if I can remember. And we'll come back when I get to the world, just because I want to show some world traversal and some combat. Alright, so I explored the castle a little bit, and you just have to try to leave the castle and then come back in for the story to advance. A fairy? My name is Arya. How do you do, Your Highness? I'm sorry to barge in like this, but there's something I really need to talk to you about. Yeah, the way that breaks up the dialogue is so weird. So again, this is part action RPG, part RPG, and you can see the fire blinking in and out of the screen right there. So there's definitely some graphical glitches, like we said before. I'll try to pay attention to what to do as I'm yapping. Barry's playing a prank, huh? He's got it all wrong. We can prove it to you. Dang, she's got some spiked knuckles. I've actually never played the port, the PSP port. I wonder how it is. Alright, so now we're going to sneak out, apparently. So let's sneak on out. See a little bit more of the game before we pack it in. Alright. She's going to be a distraction for the big burly guard man. Pesky little goblins. Alright, there we go. Coast is clear. The princess is escaping to get her crown, which she already has. Princess crown. So like I said before, so this game was technically made by Atlas, like I said, before the Vanillaware name came in. I guess after this game was released, some of the people that made the game splintered off to form Vanillaware. And obviously, you know, the people who work on the graphic style, the art design, and all that sort of stuff, they were definitely part of Vanillaware. Because I hope you can see the similarities, especially when we get into, you know, some battles. I know we're still in the intro. I know this is not the most exciting footage we're getting here, but it is the game. So we're not in the world yet, but this is sort of how you traverse the sort of battle areas, I guess. It's all side-scrolling, right? Bring that back up. Give me a man. That's a man. I don't know how many mans I can carry. How many mans can I carry? Oh, 8 of 8. So I'm full up on mans. Don't forget you can run when you encounter stuff. It does like that. But again, it's side-scrolling, right? It's almost like a fighting game. It's like a combination of a fighting game and an action RPG and all that sort of stuff. Alright, so the monster's almost dead. Is this an item to pick up? What is that? I think you can pick that up after the battle. So, let's wait. Oh. There we go. Alright, you do have a power meter that goes up as you... It sort of builds up, and when you swing it goes down. It's one of those sort of things. Alright, I can't pick up... Oh, I can't pick up items, right? That's what's going on. That's what's going on. But that's how you essentially battle. And then, you know, you have this map right here. So, obviously, where are we going? There's only one location I can choose. So, we're gonna go there. But you have that, you know, mini-map, and you can go to different locations. It's not fully linear. You can backtrack and do different things at different locations. Again, there's some stuff not translated here. So, I don't quite... let's see if I remember what we're doing. So we can talk to all these people. Alright, that's dead end. I'm getting awfully tired of my boyfriend spending all his time drinking. He went into the tavern again this morning, and nobody's heard from him since. I don't know why I end up falling for guys like him anyway. Alright, so let's try to figure out what we're supposed to be doing here. And it's fun to do that. Obviously, this is an RPG, like I said, so part of the RPG is fun figuring out where to go. But for the sake of this video, this is not... No, I don't... No. No thing. See you next time. I'm gonna keep my money. I wish I remembered what to do just so I can get through it a little bit quicker to show off some more of the game. Alright, there's a shop right here. I believe even all the items in the shop obviously are going to be all Japanese still. So this is what I had to use Google Translate for. Well, I don't know what I'm selecting. I think that's buy, sell, and something. I don't know. So it's definitely not perfect. Okay, that was, I don't know what that was. Okay, this is sell for sure. Do I want to sell a man? No. Alright, we're not gonna do nothing. Not gonna do nothing. But at least I hope I'm showing off the patch, all the people, all the dialogue is there, right? Again, the game is super fun. So if you have a way to play it, a Sadiator, or, you know, modded system that you can burn the disc to or something like that, then I would highly suggest trying it out if you haven't tried it out before. But we're almost to the 30-minute mark, so we're probably going to stop the video for now. I wish I could show off more of the combat. That's what I was hoping to do. But at least I got to show off some of the English patch. Like I said, that's the whole purpose of this video. English patch, Princess Crown. Download it, play it. Amazing game. Vanillaware. Vanillaware's essentially Vanillaware's first game, even though it's not the Vanillaware name. It is their first game. Some of the dialogue is pretty good. Some of the dialogue is pretty funny. So, I don't know. I guess this is where we're going to stop there. I can't find a good stopping spot. I really wanted to do more combat. But, at least I got to show it off a little bit if you've never seen the game before. Again, English patch available for the first time ever. I'm going to go through town. I'm going to talk to people. I'm going to explore. I'm going to play a little bit more. But that's the patch, the history behind the patch, the controversy behind the patch. And, I don't know. Hope I showed the game off pretty good. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for any support. You can buy me a coffee on my Ko-Fi down below. You can do anything you want to support me, and I appreciate every single thing. Alright, peace out.